from Metro to the roadways now. And if you drive to work, you know the traffic around the DMV is no joke. But if you feel like it has gotten worse than before the pandemic, a new report actually says otherwise. Our Rebecca Turco joins us now live by L'Enfant Plaza. And Rebecca, what are you learning from that report?
Yeah, well, that report actually shows that we're getting closer to pre-pandemic numbers when it comes to traffic in the area. And this is as more and more companies are really pushing the return to the office. Remote work, as you can imagine, has been down, with hybrid teleworkers, according to this report, making up just 15% of weekly commutes. That's compared to 48% in 2022. More than 7,500 commuters across the DMV were surveyed for the 2025 State of the Commute Report. That's done every 3 years. And in this most recent survey, we're seeing impacts from President Trump's return to office mandates. Federal workers reported the lowest telework rates last year compared to the highest rates in the prior 2 surveys. The report shows driving is still the most popular way for workers to get to and from across the DMV. 60% of weekly commute trips are people driving or carpooling. Commute times, the report says, are roughly the same as pre-pandemic.
We've been keeping an eye on the travel times in particular, because that's the pain point that people feel. And again, we've been really happy to see that from 2019 to today, the studies that we do and then the study from the commuter survey is all saying it's actually not gotten worse.
And it's worth mentioning that report was funded by the transportation departments in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. Scott?
All right, Rebecca, and you mentioned that driving is the most popular across the DMV, but what about in D.C. in particular, where there's so many metro lines? Does that make a big difference?
Yeah, it really does. That's where the stats shift, as you can imagine. Almost half of D.C. residents commute by transit. And I spoke with Councilmember Fruman earlier. He says that there's ways to get that number even higher.
Let's make this system work as well as possible. Let's encourage other modes of transportation besides driving alone. Doesn't mean let's punish driving alone, but let's make the other modes as attractive as humanly possible so that it all works together as an integrated system.
And Councilmember Fruman says the Metro has gotten faster and more responsive over the years, and he wants to really continue funding to keep those efforts going. Scott?
Seeing it all work together, great idea. Okay, Rebecca, thank you. And we want to hear from you at home about this one. Scan that QR code on your screen to vote in our poll. Do you feel more stressed during your commute now than you did before the pandemic? Right now, we're seeing 58% of you say yes. People are jumping on this vote as soon as we put the poll out this morning. And once you cast your vote, you'll be able to see the updated results in real time.